like with volleyball where they're weird about that. But.
Welcome back, everybody. It's halftime here at Arnie Ball Court. Macedon's playing host to the Purple Aces from the University of Evansville tonight here in women's.
From Arnie Ball Court here inside the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of Purdue Fort Wayne University, it is time for Purdue Fort Wayne women's basketball, as tonight the Mastodons back home after 4 games on the road. They play host to the Purple Aces from the University of Evansville. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Purdue Fort Wayne women's basketball on YouTube. I'm Mike Maas, courtside here at Arnie Ball Court. These two teams show a lot of similarities, both young teams. Both teams have a 4th-year head coach, and both teams just a touch slow getting out of the gate here in 2019-2020. The Mastodons come into this game tonight with a record of 3-8, and the Purple Aces come into this contest with the mark of 2-5. These two teams have met just 3 times in the past. On December 12, 2013 in Evansville, it was the Purple Aces on top 80-67. On November 21st, 2014, Mastodons won here at home 77-15. And last on November 20th, I remember the drive, the long drive, about 300 miles or so down to Evansville. And it was a game that saw Purdue at Fort Wayne jump out in front early in the first quarter. They led 14-11. Purple Aces went on a big run in the second quarter to take a 34-30 halftime lead. They still led by 2, 54-52 going into the fourth quarter. But the Mastodons prevailed, knocking down a total of 14 free throws in that ball game as opposed to just 2 for Evansville. And the final score was the Mastodons 72 and the Purple Aces 66. So tonight is the 4th installment of this series. University of Evansville, a team out of the Missouri Valley Conference. And of course the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons in their 13th and final year as a member of the Summit League. Next year they will join the Horizon League, where the travel will be a lot easier to make than it has been for 13 years in the Summit League, where the longest trip will be to Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is about 6.5 hours, which is the shortest trip in the Summit League, and long bus ride to Macomb, Illinois. Both teams warming up on the court, as you can see. Purdue Fort Wayne to your left, Evansville to your right. Mastodons will be playing a little bit short-handed tonight. They have a couple of players out due to injury, including 5th-year senior Shatoya Sanders. And of course they've been without redshirt juniors Sierra Bell all season long. Sierra had knee surgery prior to the start of the season. So they'll only be going 7 deep. Evansville has 9 players available, I'm told, tonight. So we'll see if that differential has a say in the final outcome of this contest. Players are getting ready to line up. Evansville across their foul line. Mastodons will line up across the foul line to our right, and after the officials say hi to the Mastodon coaching staff. Our officials tonight, Angie Endlin, Jamie Broderick, and Brad Maxey. And we are about to have the playing of our national anthem, so we will step aside, be quiet for a moment, and here now is tonight's national anthem.
Your attention to the flag of the United States of America as we honor our country, the brave men and women serving our country at home and abroad. The performance of our national anthem by the Mastodon Pep Band.
the Purdue Fort Wayne Pep Band playing our national anthem. National anthem brought to you by Midwest Federal Credit Union. Now it's time to have the starting lineups introduced to the crowd here as well as to you at home. Our starting lineups brought to you by Evans Toyota. Start your life in a Toyota Camry today. For the visiting Purple Aces from the University of Evansville, at one guard will be Lola Bracey, a 5'7" junior from St. Louis, Missouri, a transfer from Lamar University, just became eligible yesterday, transfer rules. And another guard will be Michaela Wallace, a 5'4" sophomore, also from St. Louis, Missouri. The third guard in your three-guard offense is Anaya Griffin, a 6'1" sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky. Up front, Jada Poland, a 6' junior from St. Louis, Missouri, a transfer from North Texas University. And also up front, Abby Fight, a 6'1" freshman out of Normal, Illinois, who leads the team in scoring at just under 16 points a game, and she's pulled down over 8.5 rebounds per contest as well. The head coach in his fourth year at Evansville is Matt Ruffing. His record is 24-79, assisted by Doug Rogers, Caitlin Petrocchi, and Carla Middlebrook. Now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. At one guard will be Shayla Sellers, a 6' freshman from Aurora, Ohio. And another guard will be Hannah Albrecht, a 5'7" fifth-year senior from Crown Point, Indiana, who leads the Mastodons in scoring at over 13.5 points per game. The other guard is Anna Lappencooper, a 5'9" senior from Herne, Germany. Up front, Ellie Dykstra, a 6'1" sophomore from Byron Center, Michigan, and getting her first start as a Mastodon tonight, Jazzy Hughes, a 6' junior from Tucson, Arizona, a transfer from Cochise College. The head coach at Purdue Fort Wayne is Niecy Nelson, again in her fourth year at the helm. Her record is 19-78. She is assisted by Marcy Albert, so we hope to talk to in our post-game chat tonight. Haley Seibert and Akila Sims, with Kendall Festervon, the second-year graduate manager. As we said, our officials tonight, Angie Endlin, Jamie Broderick, and Brad Maxey. The Mastodons in the home white uniforms with primarily black trim, also a little bit of gold. Black numbers front and back trimmed in gold. Mastodons in black letters across the front. Evansville with purple jerseys and shorts trimmed in white and orange. Orange numbers front and back trimmed in white. They'll be going from left to right, and the opening tap is controlled, well, by Purdue Fort Wayne. So here we go from Arnie Ball Court. And Albrecht on the right side. Now gets it to Dykstra. Sowers on the perimeter, wants to go baseline, kicks it out to Jazzy Hughes. Underneath, reverse layup is good. Purdue Fort Wayne on top, 2-0. And now we've got a whistle and a stoppage of play. And evidently they're going to take away the bucket. No, they will not take away the bucket. So it is 2-0 Mastodons, and immediately they go to full court man-to-man pressure. See if they can force some Evansville turnovers, but the Aces get it across rather easily. Missing a bunny was Anaya Griffin, and here comes Purdue Fort Wayne going from right to left. Lappencooper, that left-handed long jumper is good. It's a 3-ball. A quick start for Purdue Fort Wayne as they are on top 5-0. They're in the opening minute of the ball game. Michaela Wallace gets the ball over midcourt for Evansville. And they go into the right corner. fight. Cut off at the foul line. Baseline drive, shot missed by Lola Bracey, but she draws a foul. And she'll go to the line. The foul is on Jazzy Hughes. Her first, team first. So the clock stopped with 8:47 left in the opening quarter, and going to the line is Lola Bracey. Again, finals finished yesterday, and then she thus became eligible. A transfer from Lamar University down in Texas. Hits the first of her 2 free throws. Purple Aces on the board. Second one good as well. And our score is 5-2. Evansville offers token full court pressure. Lappencooper brings it up over midcourt. Now to Hughes, thinking about a 3. Instead passes off top of the key to Albrecht. Nikki, as she is called. They try to get the ball down low to Hughes. Shot off the glass, no good. Dykstra tries to save it, but it's off her hands and out of bounds to Evansville. 8:23 left here in the first quarter. Purdue Fort Wayne 5, Evansville 2. Fourth meeting all time between these two teams. Wallace, they go right side to Griffin. Griffin's going to drive the lane. Tries to dish off and underneath and throws the ball away. Turnover, Evansville. Macedons get control with 8:14 left in this opening quarter. Lappencooper, guten Abend to her parents back in Germany. Albrecht wants to go left side. Kicks it back to Dykstra. She almost got away with the travel, but not quite. Checking in for Evansville is Anna Newman, a 5'4" sophomore from Evansville North High School, right at home gal in Evansville. Inbounds the ball to Fight. Gets it back to Newman, back to Fight up the left side of the floor. Talented freshman is Fight. Newman watched from a distance by Shayla Sellers in a battle of number ones. Give and go. And a whistle away from the basketball, and I believe a 3-second call. So Purdue Fort Wayne will inbound it with 7.5 minutes to go in this first quarter, leading Evansville 5-2. Lappencooper gets it across midcourt. Albrecht top of the key. Hands it off to Lappencooper. She'll drive the left side of the lane. She's a southpaw, misses the shot and knocked to the floor. But she draws a foul and she'll go to the line for 2. And the foul is going to be on Anaya Griffin, her first, team first. Hannah Hess will make her first appearance at home. Finally cleared to play and played a little bit at Eastern Michigan last time out. Lappencooper's first free throw is good. She now has 4 points. Second free throw good as well. So 5 points for Anna Lappencooper, 7 overall for Purdue Fort Wayne, and they lead Evansville 7-2. Anna Newman, watched by Lappencooper. She crosses midcourt, now gets the ball to Fight, who's double teamed. Back to Newman. They're trying to find Jada Poland in the low block, but she's been covered. Driving and having the ball knocked out of her hands was Lola Bracey. It'll stay with Evansville. 12 seconds on the 30-second shot clock, 6:59 on the first quarter game clock. Bracey looking for a teammate in purple, gets it into Newman. Lob pass inside for Poland, double team, ball taken away. Here's Albrecht. 3-on-2, pull-up jumper, 14 feet is good. Hannah Albrecht with her first points of the ball game. A 9-2 Mastodon run to start things off on this Friday night. Now the ball knocked away by Lappencooper, picked up by Newman. And now a reach-in foul Anna thought she had all ball, but Brad Maxey said, nope, you got part of the body. First foul on Loppencooper, second team foul on Purdue Fort Wayne. Evansville inbounded. Slightly to our right. Fight gets the ball into Newman. Bracey wants to go left side, shooting too strong. Rebound, Albrecht. Fifth-year senior brings it over midcourt. She wants to go the distance, cut off by Bracey. Back to Sellers. She'll drive the right side of the lane. Too strong with the shot. Rebound, Bracey. Nearing the 6-minute mark. Into the left corner. Griffin for three, off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound from Jada Poland. And now a three knocked down by Bracey. Lola Bracey with all 5 Evansville points. They trail 9-5. 5:42 left in the first quarter. Hannah Hess, top of the key, looks left. Now goes into the corner. Sellers for three, off the rim, no good. And a reach-in foul on Sellers, fighting for the rebound as she fouls Jada Poland. First foul on Shayla Sellers, third foul on Purdue Fort Wayne. 5:33 left in the first quarter. Purdue Fort Wayne 9, Evansville 5. Jazzy Hughes checks back in. Ellie Dykstra takes a seat. Anaya Griffin tries to go inside to fight. Shot no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. So fouls on Jazzy Hughes, her second, team fourth. Purdue Fort Wayne with only 7 available bodies tonight. Riley Ott, a 5'5" freshman from LaPorte, Indiana, will check in. Abby Fight at the free throw line, where so far this year, she's 17 out of 27. That's 63%. Makes the first of 2 here, so she is on the board. First person other than Lola Bracey to score, and the second free throw good as well. Purple Aces 4 of 4 at the foul line here in the first quarter. They trail 9-7 as we near the midway mark of the quarter. Loppencooper almost had it stolen. Now into the left corner. Hess for three, yes! Hannah Hess with a 3-point field goal. 2 deuces, 2 trays, and 2 free throws for Purdue Fort Wayne thus far. They're on top of Evansville 12-7. 4:52 left first quarter. Anna Newman has the ball knocked out of her hands, and we have a timeout on the floor. 4 minutes, 49 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Our score, Purdue Fort Wayne 12, Evansville 7. Let's take a break. As from Arnie Ball Court, this is Purdue Fort Wayne women's basketball on YouTube.
Risk Heart Scan is a painless, non-invasive test that can allow for early detection and intervention of coronary artery disease. It's simple, takes about 30 minutes, and costs just $50. Don't wait. Schedule today at one of 7 convenient Lutheran Health Network locations. No referral necessary. To learn more and determine your eligibility, visit lutheranhealth.net/cardiorisk. That's life, powered by Lutheran.
In its 4th decade, the Summit League continues its ascent through excellence in the classroom and success in the field of play. In cities big and small, at public and private universities, more than 120,000 students across 9 institutions reach for the summit. From academic All-Americans to NCAA champions and nationally ranked teams, Summit League student athletes achieve the pinnacle of success. The Summit League, where tomorrow's leaders reach the summit today.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Arnie Ball Court. 4 minutes, 49 seconds. Time left in the first quarter. Mastodons on top of the visiting Purple Aces from the University of Evansville, 12-7. Evansville inbound in front of the Purdue Fort Wayne bench, going from left to right. And it looks like an offensive foul going to be called on Natea Partey, who just checked in at the timeout, her first, team second. So here comes Purdue Fort Wayne. Looks like Evansville trying to stretch their defense out a little bit. Riley out in the paint, loses the ball, and it's picked up by Michaela Wallace of Evansville. Wallace will bring it over midcourt herself. Now goes right side to Griffin. Back to Fight, top of the key. The Aces working on the perimeter. Try to get the ball down low to Party. Instead, Fight off the rim and in. Abby Fight now with 4 points. And it is 12-9. Hess comes back, misses on a long three, gets her own rebound. Wants to go baseline, double teamed. Gets it to Ott, back out to Sellers. Here's Cooper. Hess will try from the corner. No. Offensive rebound, Ott. Left-hand shot too strong. Gets it again. Brings it out, and the Macedons will rerun the offense with 3:44 left in the quarter. Albrecht on the right side. She'll attack the lane, loses the ball. Picked up by Griffin, a tie-up, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow favoring Evansville with 3:36 left in the quarter. Ellie Dykstra will check in, and Riley Ott will check out. Well, they're going to give the ball to Purdue Fort Wayne. Okay, I stand corrected. Cooper into Albrecht, back to Cooper. Left block Sellers, skips it to Dykstra. Right side baseline jumper, too strong. Rebound off of Sellers and Cooper. And the ball goes over to Evansville. Jada Poland back in, inbounds the ball to Wallace, brings it up over midcourt. Looks like Purdue Fort Wayne trying to go between a man-to-man defense. Here's a turnover. Albrecht goes back the other way. Gives it back to Sellers, top of the key. Boy, Sheila thought about a three for a moment. Instead gives it to Cooper. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Purdue Fort Wayne 12, Evansville 9. Ott. Back to Cooper. Albrecht, top of the key, three. No. Rebound fought for and picked up by Abby Fight of Evansville. Michaela Wallace now over midcourt. 2:40 left in the first quarter. Purple Aces trail by 3, 12-9. Fight wants to go inside. Left-hand shot, yes. Abby Fight, the freshman, now with 6 points. The last 6 Evansville points. And they draw to within 1, trailing 12-11. Cooper. Looks like Evansville trying to trap at every opportunity. Riley Ott goes baseline, off the glass and in. Riley Ott with her first points of the ball game. 14-11, Purdue Fort Wayne on top as we near the 2-minute mark of quarter number 1. Into the right corner, 3 ball, good by Jada Poland. So Poland ties the game at 14, 1:40 left in the quarter. Riley Ott dribbling to the left, into the corner to Cooper, back to Albrecht. She goes into the paint, pull-up jumper, yes! Gets the friendly bounce, 4 points for Hannah Albrecht. Mastodons back on top, 16-14. 80 seconds left in quarter number 1. Michaela Wallace, now they go left side to Fight, wants to go baseline. Cut off, looks for help. Gets it back to Wallace, 10 on the shot clock. Lob pass inside, driving layup by Party, no good. Rebounded by Riley Ott of Purdue Fort Wayne. Final minute of the first quarter here in Fort Wayne tonight. Macedons leading Evansville 16-14. Riley Ott with the ball, dribbles to her left. Looks for help. Goes to Cooper, 10 on the shot clock. Albrecht, 8 on the shot clock. Albrecht starts a move. Attacks, left-hand shot, no. Rebound kicked away and picked up by Michaela Wallace. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Wallace up the left side to Abby Fight into the left corner. Lola Bracey for three. Second tray for Bracey. 8 points in the quarter, and Evansville with 17-16 lead. Shot clock off. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Albrecht between the circles. Pull up three-pointer. Yes! And Albrecht with 7 points. And quickly, 3, 2, 1. No shot available from Lola Bracey. And our first quarter comes to an end. An exciting quarter offensively for Purdue Fort Wayne as they lead the visitors from Evansville by a score of 19-17. Quarter number 2 right around the corner. We'll take a break as from Arnie Ball Court, this is Purdue Fort Wayne women's basketball on YouTube.
Let's observe the inflatable noodle man. His constant undulating entices people to look at me, look at me. He's tireless and brainless, a literal airhead. Curiously, however, the inflatable noodle man, when hearing that Geico not only saves people money, but also has an award-winning app that makes it easy to manage one's policy, he knows you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Just ask an inflatable noodle man. Carefully, they are unpredictable creatures.
A cardio risk heart scan is a painless, non-invasive test that can allow for early detection and intervention of coronary artery disease. It's simple, takes about 30 minutes, and costs just $50. Don't wait. Schedule today at one of 7 convenient Lutheran Health Network locations. No referral necessary. To learn more and determine your eligibility, visit lutheranhealth.net/cardiorisk. That's life, powered by Lutheran.
Second quarter about to begin here in Fort Wayne. The Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons lead Evansville by a score of 19-17. Aces with the ball to start the quarter. Going from left to right. Anna Newman kicks it on the left side to Kayla Castillo, who's in the game for the first time. Back to Newman. Watched by Hannah Hess. Newman at the foul line, kicks it back. Anaya Griffin for three, too short. Ellie Dykstra with the rebound, and here come the Mastodons in the home whites. Loppin Cooper, a pass intended for Jazzy Hughes, knocked out of bounds by Jada Poland. So you got Castillo and Poland. As Loppin Cooper will inbound the ball for Purdue Fort Wayne if she can get it in. 5-second call. Could not get the pass in. Turnover number 3 on the Mastodons. So here comes Anna Newman. 5'4" sophomore from Evansville. Watched at midcourt by Loppin Cooper. Goes to her right. Skip pass into the left corner to Griffin. She'll drive the lane. Shot up and in. Anaya Griffin's first points of the ball game. Ties the game at 19 as we played almost 1 minute of the second quarter. Ellie Dykstra on the left side, watched by Griffin. Jazzy Hughes, top of the key, gives it to Loppin Cooper. Hess, lob pass in the right block to Hughes. Back to Dykstra, her jumper off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Kayla Castillo. And here's Newman crossing midcourt. 8:40 left in the second quarter. We're tied at 19 on Friday the 13th. Newman looks for help, gets it to Fight. They go inside. Poland off the glass and in. Jada Poland now with 5 points. Evansville 21, Purdue Fort Wayne 19. Back comes Purdue Fort Wayne on the perimeter. Here's Dykstra, watched by Castillo. Hands it off to Loppin Cooper. 12 on the shot clock, pull up 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Poland, who gives it to Newman. Newman brings it over midcourt. Less than 8 minutes remain in this second quarter. Evansville with a 2-point lead in the ball. Pass intended for Poland, knocked away. Shayla Sellers will check in for Ellie Dykstra for the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. Make that Jazzy Hughes will check out. Castillo to inbound the ball underneath her own basket. Lobs it into Poland, gives it back to Castillo. Now they go right side to Newman. Give and go. Castillo, wraparound pass underneath. Poland off the glass and in. Poland with 4 second quarter points, 7 in the ball game, and now Evansville has their biggest lead of the night, 23-19. 7.5 minutes left here in second quarter. Albrecht wants to drive on the right side, and she's fouled as she makes a move for the basket. She'll shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Anna Newman. Her first, team first of the quarter. The clock is stopped with 7:24 left in the second quarter as Riley Ott checks in. And Cooper will check out. And Hannah Albrecht will go to the line for the first time tonight. An 82% free throw shooter, and she hits the first. She now has 8 points, averaging over 13.5 points a ball game. Second free throw, gets the friendly bounce off the rim and drops through the net. Both teams are 4 for 4 from the free throw line at this juncture of the ball game. 23-21 Evansville. Griffin travels with the basketball. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Riley Ott. Instead of the travel violation, first foul on Ott, first foul on Purdue Fort Wayne in this quarter. So the Purple Racers will inbound the ball in front of us. Newman quickly picked up by Sellers. Now looks like Purdue Fort Wayne wants to do a little bit of trapping. Newman, a 3 from the left side is good. Anna Newman with her first points. Fourth triple by Evansville. They're on top 26-21 as we go underneath 7 minutes time left here in the second quarter. Hannah Hess. Offensive foul. They said she warded off the defender with her arm. First foul on Hannah. Second team foul on the Mastodons. Lola Bracey will check in for Evansville. Newman met at midcourt by Shayla Sellers. They bump, no call at the moment. Newman on the right side, now dribbles to her left. Lob pass in the block for Poland, shooting over Dykstra, no good. Rebound Sellers ahead to Albrecht. 6.5 minutes until halftime. Mastodons trailing 26-21. Driving is Ott, dishes off, intended for Dykstra. Ball ricochets, and it's picked up by the Purple Aces. Quickly, Anaya Griffin up the right side. She traveled, but you had body contact. They're going to call a foul or a violation. They're going to call a traveling violation. The ball goes over to Purdue Fort Wayne. Cooper comes back in for the Mastodons. Abby Fight comes back in for the Purple Aces. 6:16 left here in quarter number 2. It's Evansville 26, Purdue Fort Wayne 21. Riley Ott, the freshman from LaPorte, brings the ball over midcourt, hands it off to Cooper. Left side pass to Albrecht. Albrecht to Ott. Ott back to Albrecht on the right side. Back to Ott. Top of the key. 3 on the way. No. Dykstra tries to save it, but is unsuccessful. So the ball goes back over to Evansville with 5:58 left in the quarter. Castillo gets the ball into Anna Newman. Newman over midcourt. Boy, knocked down Cooper. Sellers knocked down Sellers as well. Pull-up jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by Lola Bracey. Back to Newman. Her shot is blocked. Sellers and fight for the ball, literally. And the ball. Now we're going to see if they call it a jump ball, possession goes to Purdue Fort Wayne. If they call ball knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with Evansville. And it looks like it's going to stay with the Purple Aces with 15 on the shot clock. Bracy gets the ball in to Newman. Newman watched by Ott. 10 on the shot clock. Newman backs up, still with the dribble. Now goes to her left, kicks it off into the wing for Castile. Covered by Dykstra. 2-1, fight from way downtown. No good. It'll be a shot clock violation. Good defense by Purdue Fort Wayne. 7th turnover on Evansville tonight. So the Macedons trailing by 5 with the basketball. 5:15 left in the second quarter. Albrecht hands it off to Loppencooper. Loppencooper at the foul line. A step back jumper off the rim, no good. Dykstra fights for the rebound, and they say that she touched it last. No, it will be Macedon ball. So good hustle by Ellie Dykstra. Loppencooper trying to get the ball in, does get it into Ott. Ott dribbles back to top of the key, passes to Loppencooper. And now a reach-in foul going to be called on Michaela Wallace. Her first, team second, and we have a timeout on the floor. 4:56 left here in the second quarter. Our score, Evansville 26, Purdue Fort Wayne 21. From Arnie Ball Court, this is Purdue Fort Wayne women's basketball on YouTube.
Spinning your wheels? Explore surgical weight loss with the accredited team at Lutheran Bariatric Center. We offer multiple surgical options, as well as support, education, and compassion before and after your procedure. The bariatric team at Lutheran Hospital will help support your every step. Learn more at lutheranhealth.net/weight loss. That's life, powered by Lutheran.
In its 4th decade, the Summit League continues its ascent through excellence in the classroom and success in the field of play. In cities big and small, at public and private universities, more than 120,000 students across 9 institutions reach for the summit. From academic All-Americans to NCAA champions and nationally ranked teams, Summit League student athletes achieve the pinnacle of success. The Summit League, where tomorrow's leaders reach the summit today.
4:56 time left here in the second quarter. The Purple Aces from Evansville leading homestanding Purdue Fort Wayne 26-21. Evansville on a 9-2 run to start this second quarter. It'll be Macedon basketball across the way. Riley Ott gets the ball into Anna Loppencooper. Back to Ott. Albrecht on the right side. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Loppencooper. 3 on the way. No. Dykstra tried to keep it alive, unsuccessful. The ball goes back over to the Purple Aces. Evansville 9 of 17 from the floor. Purdue Fort Wayne 7 of 21. Michaela Wallace brings it over midcourt. Gets it to Castile. Back on top to Wallace. Now on the left wing to Lola Bracy. Bracy in her first game as a Purple Ace, transferred from Lamar University. Watched by Loppencooper. She'll drive the left side and make the bucket. Bracy now in double figures with 10 points. 28-21. Evansville by 7. Albrecht, foul line extended right. Attacks the lane, kicks it back to Dykstra. Pull-up jumper, yes! Ellie Dykstra with her first points tonight, the sophomore out of Michigan. Makes it 28-23. Purdue Fort Wayne trailing by 5. 3:48 left here in quarter number 2. Lob pass into the block for Griffin. Misses the bunny. Rebounded by Ott and a nice blockout. The freshman passes up the left side to Loppencooper. Loppencooper back to Ott. Ott in the paint. Loses the ball. It's out of bounds. They say last touch by Purdue Fort Wayne. Both number 5s come back onto the floor. That's Jada Poland for Evansville and Hannah Hess for the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. 3:33 time left in this first half. Michaela Wallace walking the ball up to midcourt, watched by Loppin Cooper. Now goes left side to Bracey. They work out on the right side to Wallace. Top of the key to Poland. Back to Bracey, a three, in and out, no good. Rebound Dykstra to Loppin Cooper. Purdue Fort Wayne going from right to left. Sellers, top of the key, three, arching shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Anaya Griffin. Ahead up the right side to Wallace. Wallace into the right corner to fight. Down low on a block. Spin move, shot up and in by Lola Bracey. The transfer from Lamar with a dozen points. It's a 7-point Purple Ace lead, 30-23, 2:38 left in the second quarter. Dykstra wants to go baseline, and she's called for a travel. Turnover number 6 on the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. So Evansville gets the ball back with 2:34 on the clock. Fight, double teamed, but they get it ahead over midcourt to Bracey. Bracey's going to go the distance. Pull-up jumper, yes. Lola Bracey, 6 points in the second quarter, 14 points in the ball game. And now it's a 9-point Evansville lead, 32-23. Hannah Hess to Albrecht. Attacks the lane. Back up top. Dykstra, double team. Back out to Hess. A three on the way. No. Rebounded by Jada Poland, and here comes Evansville. Bracey down low to fight. Kicks it back out. Poland drives. And they're going to say she traveled. So Purdue Fort Wayne gets it back in a 30-second timeout called by Niecy Nelson. 1:45 time left here in this second quarter. Evansville now 12 of 22 from the floor for 54.5%. 4 of 8 from three-point range for 50%. 4 of 4 at the foul line for 100%. Lola Bracey with 14 points. Jada Poland with 7. Abby Fight with 6. 3 for Anna Newman and 2 for Anaya Griffin. Mastodons 8 of 24 from the floor for 33%. 3 of 12 from long distance for 25%. They 2 of 4 from the foul line for 100%. Hannah Albrecht with 9 points. Anna Loppin Cooper with 5. Hannah Hess with 3. Ellie Dykstra, Jazzy Hughes, and Riley Ott each with 2. Evansville winning the battle with the boards right now, 15-11. It'll be Purdue Fort Wayne basketball. Shayla Sellers, the freshman from Ohio, inbounds it to Riley Ott, the freshman from LaPorte, Indiana. Now passes on the right wing to Hannah Hess. Hess in the lane, shot up, no good, but we got a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be called on Kayla Castile. Her first, team third of the quarter. Clock stop with 1:33 left in the quarter, and Hannah Hess, who hit a 3-point field goal in the first quarter, now gets 2 free throw opportunities here in the second, and the first one is good. We mentioned hamstrung by injuries throughout her Mastodon career. Second free throw good as well. Purdue Fort Wayne now 6 of 6 from the free throw line. They trail by 7, 32-25. Fight, hands the ball off to Wallace. Wallace watched by Loppin Cooper. Dribbles to the right, picked up by Hess. Back up top to Poland. Now they go left side to Bracey. 12 on the shot clock. Bracey gets past Dykstra, drives the lane, and gets the friendly roll. 8 second quarter points for Lola Bracey. Already 16 in the ball game. 1 minute left in the first half. Evansville on top 34-25. Dykstra gives the ball to Albrecht. Albrecht dribbles to her right. Long jumper, good. It's a 3. Second try for Hannah Albrecht. Makes it 34-28. 40 seconds left in the half. Bracy with the ball for Evansville to fight, top of the key. Now they go right side to Wallace. Back to the left side to Bracy. 12 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. Bracy wants to attack. Pull-up jumper, baseline off the rim, no. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Dykstra. She and Poland were fighting for the ball. Ellie Dykstra's first foul. Third team foul on Purdue Fort Wayne. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Purple Aces will inbound it underneath their own basket. Boy, a lot of fans behind us thought that it should have been a foul the other way. And now Jamie Broderick going over to the scorer's table. Now we're about ready to go. Bracy the inbound. Kicks it way back out to Michaela Wallace. Just a couple of tenths of a second different shot clock and game clock. Bracy on the left wing, dribbles to the right. Boy, wards off Ott with the left hand. Too strong with the shot. Ball picked up by Dykstra. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Albrecht for three! Off the rim, no good. And the first half comes to an end. A good quarter for Evansville as they outscore Purdue Fort Wayne 17-9. So as the teams go into their respective locker rooms, our halftime score, the Evansville Purple Aces 34, the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons 28. Coming up will be the Lutheran Health Network halftime report. We'll take a break, and when we come back, you will hear our chat with fourth-year head coach Niecy Nelson. But again, that's after the timeout. Again, it's halftime here in Fort Wayne, and as the visiting Purple Aces from the University of Evansville leading the homestanding Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons by a score of 34-28. From Arnie Ball Court, this is Purdue Fort Wayne women's basketball on YouTube.
When you need an ER, where do you turn? At Lutheran Health Network, we are ER. We are here for you with 8 convenient hospital locations throughout the region. We are the only area ER with online check-in. Save your spot in line online. To learn more, visit lutheranhealth.net/weareer. Patients are seen in order of severity, therefore your spot may not be guaranteed. In case of a life-threatening emergency, call 911.
Geico presents Unhelpful Home Improvement How-Tos.
A slippery bathroom floor can result in expensive hospital bills. So today, I'll show you how to cushion a serious fall by filling your bathroom with thousands of plastic balls. Just nail a piece of plywood across the doorway and dump in 2,000 multicolored plastic balls.
You could try to protect yourself with a bathroom full of plastic balls, or you could get liability coverage through the Geico Insurance Agency. Visit geico.com and see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Spinning your wheels? Explore surgical weight loss with the accredited team at Lutheran Bariatric Center. We offer multiple surgical options, as well as support, education, and compassion before and after your procedure. The bariatric team at Lutheran Hospital will help support your every step. Learn more at lutheranhealth.net/weight loss. That's life, powered by Lutheran. Lutheran Hospital is owned in part by physicians. Results may vary. Consult your physician.
Welcome back, everybody. It's halftime here at Arnie Ball Court. Macedon's playing host to the Purple Aces from the University of Evansville tonight here in women's basketball. And as part of the Lutheran House Network halftime report, we get a chance to chat with Macedon head coach Nisi Nelson. And Nisi, I kidded you today before the start of shoot-around when I saw you. I said, did you recognize Arnie Ball Court? Because your team's been on the road for quite some time. You played 4 games in a row on the road. Briefly, take away the wins and losses. What was the trip like? Because you got to go to different parts of the country.
Yeah, we took the team out to San Diego for Thanksgiving. We had some nice team bonding time. Thursday was great. We had a family meal out with the San Diego skyline in our background. So it started off really nice. And then it was business. Friday we had that game against Texas Tech, and I challenged the players to come out and just play their game. And they came out in attack mode. Even deep into that third quarter, we kept it within 9 a couple different times. And unfortunately, the score was not indicative of the way we played the rest of that game. I thought our half-court defense was amazing, especially when you're going against a 6'5" post player that's not only very finesse, but she can do some nice things back to the basket, too. Things that keep, I guess, working against us a little bit is shooting ourselves in the foot as far as not being able to take care of the ball. So down the stretch there, we turned the ball over quite a bit to turn over into easy offense for Texas Tech. But for the most part, like I said, that second and third quarter showed really well for us. And looking into the future, that's the style of basketball in that second and third quarter. We need to figure out how to get 4 quarters of that.
You got to go back home because you were in San Diego for 11 years. Did you get a chance to talk to the players about the atmosphere that you had back then and what you'd like to have back here in Fort Wayne?
Yeah, I got choked up a little bit in shoot-around before that first game, and just let them know how awesome it was to be back in that gym and how proud I was to bring this team back to the tournament and how much being back on campus meant because, we had rebuilt that program, and there was even a banner hanging in the rafters showing our NCAA tournament appearance, and they didn't get to see all of our NIT stuff, but, we even recorded a Final Four appearance there, and it was just really nice to get back and kind of share that with them.
And you got to see Mom and Dad, and they didn't have to fly up to Indiana.
Nope, they got a quick 3-hour drive, and a lot of family and friends out that came to support us.
So you got to go back home, and then you had 2 other games when that trip was finished. I know the most recent game was up in Ypsilanti against Eastern Michigan, and it was just a tough night shooting-wise. But the team was away from home, and we've talked about this before, the fact that when you're on the road, you get a chance to bond and become your own family within a family.
Yeah, that was a really quick overnight trip. So for us, we had a lot of takeaways that just came directly from the game. Again, we're putting together only 2 of the 4 quarters come into play, and in that particular game, it happened to be the first and the fourth. And unfortunately, a game is played in 40 minutes, not 20. So, for us, we have to figure out how to get consistency throughout the game.
You're home, be it forever, just a brief time. It's the only home game in the month of December, but we have to fix that disclaimer. You're only playing 4 games in December, but this one is at home tonight against Evansville. I remember the trip down there. It was an awfully long drive last year, but it was a good drive because you came back, good start, fell behind, fourth quarter came to life, made a bunch of free throws, and you got a road win against the Purple Aces.
Yeah, it was a really good game last year, and again, our energy and team defensive effort really won that game for us. So coming back, they have to come play in our gym, and we have players that looked really ready today in shoot-around, and they had some really focused energy. So for us, it's going to be about playing our solid half-court defense that we've been playing and making sure that we continue to take care of the ball and put the ball in the hoop. And that's been really difficult for us here.
But you're at home, and maybe that 6th man, the crowd, and the familiarity of Arnie Ball Court can work in your favor tonight. You've got this matchup tonight, and then you've got a matchup down in Indianapolis on the 22nd against Butler, Hinkle Fieldhouse. It's a tremendous facility. but you've got time between tonight and the 22nd. And again, after the 22nd, that's it for non-conference play. And then, granted, I'm assuming you give the players a couple of days off for Christmas, but it's time to get ready for Summit League play. And the first game is on New Year's Day. Plus or minus having extra time off between games for the next 2.5 weeks or so.
Well, with finals approaching, it's really nice to have some time off for the players to really focus. We've been on the road, just like you said, for quite a few games now. And towards the end of the season, you really want them focusing up on finishing the semester really strong. So we'll play this game. We'll have a little bit of rest. We'll rest their bodies a little bit, get in the gym with some individuals and focus on strength training as well. Let them finish up their finals. We have one game to go with Butler, and we got to figure out our strengths coming out of this non-conference play and then turn around and get ready for conference play.
And hopefully, as you and I talked about before we started our conversation here, you always battle injuries. You got a couple of players that may not go tonight. The chance to hopefully heal and get healthy and get ready for conference play will come into play as well.
Yeah, sometimes injuries or sicknesses and stuff like that are blessings in disguise because it gives people a chance to step up and prove why they should be getting increased minutes. So this is a great opportunity for people who, have not to date played the minutes that they wanted to, be able to showcase and make a case of why they can contribute a little bit more to this team.
Well, it's the only home game in December. Christmas is around the corner. We won't get a chance to chat again until New Year's Day. So I can say not only good luck tonight and good luck against Butler, but Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And I'll get a chance to chat with you again on New Year's Day.
Yeah, thank you. And you too. I hope you have a Merry Christmas with your family.
That's head coach Niecy Nelson and talking about her Massa and women's basketball team. We'll take a break, come back with more of the Lutheran Health Network halftime report in a moment. As this is Purdue Fort Wayne women's basketball on YouTube.
Our story begins in 1929, the greatest financial challenge in American history. Stock markets crashed, banks failed, the nation plunged into a decade-long depression. But the story doesn't end there. In the midst of that depression, a group of employees at the Fort Wayne GE plant joined together to organize a credit union, a nonprofit, member-owned alternative to banks. They did business out of a shoebox, loaning money neighbor to neighbor when times were tough. Midwest America Federal Credit Union was born. We've grown a lot since those early days. Today, Midwest America offers everything you come to expect from a modern financial institution. But we haven't forgotten our history. And since 1936, we've invested in the community we call home. Life is unpredictable. You need a financial partner you can depend on. Join today and learn why 3 generations of hardworking families have put their trust in Midwest America. Midwest America Federal Credit Union. For your family, for the future.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Arnie Ball Court here inside the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of Purdue Fort Wayne University here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm Mike Maz. Halftime in our matchup featuring the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons and the visiting Purple Aces from the University of Evansville. Mastodons got out to a good start. A 3-point field goal from Hannah Hess just over 5 minutes in gave Purdue Fort Wayne a 12-7 lead, but Evansville rallied, and thanks in large part to 8 points from Lola Bracey, including a 3-pointer right before the end of the quarter, Evansville came back to lead they came back to trail 19-17 after the quarter. But then Evansville would go on a 9-2 run to start the second quarter. It went up on top 26-21, and at halftime they actually lead 34-27. We mentioned 34-28, but the officials took a look at the monitor on the last shot of the half made by Hannah Albrecht. It was initially ruled a 3 and it was changed to a 2, so Evansville with a 7-point lead as we get ready to start the second half. A look at the numbers. The Purple Aces, 13 of 25 from the floor for 56%, 4 of 8 from three-point range for 50%, and a perfect 4 of 4 from the foul line. All 4 of those free throws came in the first quarter. They are led in scoring by Lola Bracey. We mentioned Lola making her debut tonight for Evansville, a transfer from Lamar University in Beaumont, Texas. She is a 5'7" junior, originally out of Kirkwood High School in St. Louis, Missouri. And she scored 8 points in the first quarter, 8 more points in the second for 16 points. 7 points for Jada Poland, 6 points for leading scorer on the season, Abby Fight. 3 points from Anna Newman and 2 points from Anaya Griffin. For the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons, 9 of 26 from the floor for just under 35%. 3 of 13 from three-point range for 23%. And they are a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line for 100%. Hannah Albrecht, again the fifth-year senior out of Crown Point, leading the way with 11 points. Anna Lappen Cooper and Hannah Hess each with 5. Ellie Dykstra, Jazzy Hughes, and Riley Ott each scoring 2. Rebounding edge right now goes to Evansville, 15-12. Jada Poland leading the way with 4 rebounds. Riley Ott with 4 rebounds leading the way for the Mastodons. Assist favors Evansville 5-3. Steals favor the Purple Aces 3-2. Purdue Fort Wayne has turned the ball over 7 times, Evansville 8 times. Points off turnovers even at 6. Points in the paint favor Evansville 18-4. They also lead in second chance points 3-0, fast break points 3-2. The Mastodon bench, short as it is, outscoring the Evansville bench 7-3. It'll be Purdue Fort Wayne ball to start the second half. They'll now be going from left to right. And we'll see what adjustments each head coach has made for the second half of play. This is the only game involving a Summit League team taking place tonight. Quick look at the non-conference record in the Summit League. South Dakota 9-1, North Dakota 7-3, South Dakota State 6-4, Denver 5-4, Western Illinois 5-5, Oral Roberts 4-6, Omaha 4-7, Purdue Fort Wayne 3-8, North Dakota State 1-9. Lappen Cooper, Albrecht, Hughes, Sellers, and who's the fifth? Lappen Cooper. I'm looking for a fifth, and I don't see it. There's Ellie Dykstra. Original starting lineup on the floor for Purdue Fort Wayne. Albrecht double teamed, gets the ball to Hughes. Into the left corner to Sellers. Sellers back to Lappen Cooper. Inside to Hughes. Shot, oh, she's fouled and she'll go to the line for 2. Jazzy Hughes had to sit out a lot of the first half with foul trouble. And the foul evidently is on Jada Poland, her first, team first. So Hughes at the free throw line, unfortunately, misses the first of 2. Second free throw is good. So Purdue Fort Wayne scores the first point of the second half, now trailing 34-28. Michaela Wallace with the ball, and she travels. So a turnover. You also have Anaya Griffin, Lola Bracey, Abby Fight, original starters, and a jump ball going to be called, and the possession arrow will swing towards Evansville. So they get the ball back. Brad Maxey talking to somebody on the Purdue Fort Wayne bench. Not sure if it's player or coach. Here we go. Wallace, watched by Lappen Cooper, goes high post to Griffin, down on the block to Fight. going to call a foul on Hannah Albrecht, or is it Sellers? No, it's Hannah Albrecht. Her first, team first. Evansville inbounding the ball underneath their own basket. Now they're going from right to left. Wallace watched by Albrecht. Oh, does a little shoulder shot into Hannah, no call. Poland loses control, but is going to get to the foul line. As a foul is going to be called on Ellie Dykstra, sophomore from Michigan. Her second, team second. And Jada Poland going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Hannah Hess checks in for Ellie Dykstra. And the first Poland free throw is no good. So each team now has missed a free throw tonight. Poland going for her 8th point. Makes the second. 35-28. We played 52 seconds of the third quarter. Lappin Cooper. High post pass to Sellers on the left wing to Hess. 3 on the way. Off the rim, no good. Long rebound picked up by Griffin ahead to Wallace. Michaela Wallace now holds up for reinforcements. Dribbles back between the circles. High post pass to Griffin. Looking for a cutter underneath. Gets it instead to Poland. Poland to Bracey. Wants to go right baseline. Loses control. Oh my! She lost control of the ball, and they're going to call a foul instead on Shayla Sellers. Wow. Her second, team third. And Lola Bracey gets the benefit of the doubt and gets 2 free throws. And she hits the first. She now has 17 points. Next free throw good as well. What a debut for Lola Bracey. The lead up to 9, 37-28. Evansville wants to trap. Hess looking for help. And they're going to call a jump ball. It'll stay with Purdue Fort Wayne. 21 seconds left on the 30-second shot clock. 8:29 on the third quarter game clock. Sheila Sellers, the freshman, inbounds the ball to Jazzy Hughes, now to Hess. On the right side, back to Lappin Cooper, top of the key. Anna used up her dribble, goes into the left corner for Albrecht. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Sellers loses it. Picked up instead by Griffin. Gets it to Michaela Wallace. 8:08 left, third quarter. Evansville 37, Purdue Fort Wayne 28. Wallace on the left wing to Anaya Griffin. Inside to Fight, banks it off the glass and in. Abby Fight, averaging just under 16 points a game, now has 8. 39-28, and now a foul going to be called, I believe, on Anaya Griffin. Starting to get a little chippy. Yes, Griffin picks up the foul. Her second, team second. Macedons retain possession with 7:49 left in the quarter. Lappin Cooper gets the inbounds pass. Bounce pass to Sellers into the right side. Hess, 3 on the way. No. And now they're going to call a foul on Jazzy Hughes, and that is her third. Team fourth, and we've only played 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Next foul on Purdue Fort Wayne will send Evansville to the foul line for the rest of the third quarter. But we've got almost 7.5 minutes to play in the quarter. Bracey wants to go baseline, cut off, gets it to Griffin, left side 3, no good. Bracey outduels Albrecht for the rebound. Loose ball picked up by Lappin Cooper, and she's fouled. A lot of fouls. This foul is going to be on Michaela Wallace. Her second, team third. Already 7 combined fouls called on the two teams in 2 minutes and 47 seconds of play. Anna Newman in for Michaela Wallace for the Purple Aces. Hannah Hess inbounds it to Anna Lappencooper, the senior from Germany. Back to Albrecht, skips it into the right corner to Hess. Hess back up top to Lappencooper, back to Hess. Inbounds pass intended for Sellers, knocked away, picked up. On the fly is Bracey, and she'll bank it off the glass and in for two. She now has 20 points, and a timeout called by Purdue Fort Wayne with 6:57 left in this third quarter, and Evansville has opened up a 13-point lead, 41-28. Well, we mentioned that Evansville is a member of the Missouri Valley Conference, and taking a look at the standings in the Valley coming into play tonight, the Ramblers from Loyola of Chicago out to an 8-0 start. Illinois State is 6-2. Drake is 7-2, and they're getting votes. Missouri State 8-1. Bradley out of Peoria, Illinois 8-1. Northern Iowa is 6-3. We mentioned Southern Illinois 5-3. Valparaiso is 4-3. Evansville 2-5, and Indiana State, the Sycamores, are 2-7. So you already have 3 teams in the Valley with 8 wins on the season. Timeout just about completed. Purdue Fort Wayne, by the way, with 2 timeouts left. Evansville has their full complement of 4. Evansville on a 7-1 run to start this third quarter. In the quarter, they are 2 for 3 from the floor and 3 of 4 at the line. And Macedons are 0 of 3 from the floor and 1 of 2 from the stripe. Lappencooper over midcourt to Albrecht. Albrecht gives it the dribble, passes back to Lappencooper, back to Albrecht on the left side. She'll drive the lane, forces a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Jada Poland. And now we got a foul on Albrecht. And that is Hannah's second. It's the 5th team foul, so with 6:39 left in this third quarter, Evansville in the bonus, if you will. And they'll go to the line to shoot 2 in the person of Anna Newman. Newman with 3 points so far tonight. And she misses the first. She was 11 of 14 from the line. Now 11 of 15. Makes the second, so she's a 75% free throw shooter. And it's 42-28, Evansville with the lead. Albrecht knocked to the floor. And let's see who the foul is going to be on. It's going to be on Lola Bracey. Her first, team 4th. One more, and Purdue Fort Wayne will go to the free throw line. Sellers inbounds the ball to Lappencooper, picked up by Fight at midcourt. Back to Albrecht on the left side. 3 on the way. Yes. Albrecht's second 3 of the night. And it's 42-31. 6:18 left in the third quarter. Griffin at the high post. Goes to Poland. Jumper, no. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Lola Bracey. It goes to Purdue Fort Wayne. 6:11 left in the third quarter. It's Evansville 42, Purdue Fort Wayne 31. Lappencooper over midcourt into the corner to Albrecht, and she is fouled by Anna Newman, her second. And now it's Purdue Fort Wayne that will go to the free throw line and enjoy the fruits, if you will, of being in the bonus with 6:04 left in this third quarter. Albrecht 2 of 2 at the line so far tonight. Make it 3 of 3. Going for point number 16, and she's got it. Her career high is 22, which she had the last time the Macedons had a home game 19 days ago against Heidelberg. Evansville by 9, and they turn the ball over. Palming the ball. You don't see that call made much anymore, but it was that time on Lola Bracey. So the Macedons can cut the deficit even further if they can get a bucket or two here. Albrecht, pull-up jumper. Off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Griffin. Gets it to Bracey. Bracey, lob pass into the block for Fight. Loses the ball. Bracey hits the deck. And they're going to call a foul on Ellie Dykstra. And that is her third. So back to the free throw line as Josie Hudson makes her first appearance tonight. Hudson, a 6'1" freshman from Mater Dei High School in Evansville. Meanwhile, Abby Fight goes to the line for 2. Fight with 8 points so far, make it 9 as she's now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Fight came into the game hitting 63% of her free throws. Perfect tonight, as the next one is good as well. Fight in double figures with 10 points, including 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 44-33, Evansville by 11. Hess makes a move and is fouled by Griffin. That is Anaya's third foul. The fouls are adding up here in the third quarter. So Hannah Hess goes to the line for 2. Michaela Wallace will check in. Anaya Griffin with 2 points and 3 fouls checks out. First of 2 from Hannah Hess is good. She now has 6 points tonight. Playing in her second game of the season. And the next free throw is good as well. So 2 free throws brings Purdue Fort Wayne to within 9. They trail 44-35, just over 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Wallace on the left side. Watched by Loppencooper, looks for help, gets into the left corner. Now they go back right side. Bracey for 3, ouch. Lola Bracey's third triple of the ball game. She's got 23 points. Evansville by 12, 47-35. Albrecht looks for help, gets it to Hess. She'll launch a 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Dykstra, and she's fouled. The foul is on Jada Poland. Her second, and we have a timeout on the floor. Clock stopped with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left in this third quarter of play. Our score, the Purple Aces 47, the Mastodons 35. From Arnie Ball Court, this is Purdue Fort Wayne women's basketball on YouTube.
When it comes to breast health, early detection is key. At Lutheran Health Network, we offer mammography services at 9 convenient imaging locations throughout the region. Many locations offer 3D mammograms. No referral necessary. To learn more and schedule your mammogram, visit lutheranhealth.net/mammography. That's life, powered by Lutheran.
In its 4th decade, the Summit League continues its ascent through excellence in the classroom and success in the field of play. In cities big and small, at public and private universities, more than 120,000 students across 9 institutions reach for the summit. From academic All-Americans to NCAA champions and nationally ranked teams, Summit League student athletes achieve the pinnacle of success. The Summit League, where tomorrow's leaders reach the summit today.
New meaning given to the term hit me with your best shot. Already in this third quarter, a combined 12 fouls have been called on these two teams. Ellie Dykstra at the free throw line to shoot 2, and the first one is good. Ellie now with 3 points tonight. Makes our score 47-36. Second free throw, good as well. So the deficit now is 10, and Purdue Fort Wayne is 7 of 8 from the line in this third quarter alone. Wallace pushed Loppencooper off, no call. Now they get the ball fight underneath. Poland all alone. Wow. Jada Poland now with 10 points. Loppencooper has it knocked away, picks it back up, and now they're going to call her retaliatory foul. Wallace, who got the technical, and I hope it's on Evansville. Little arrogance right there. I think the technical was going to be called on Michaela Wallace. Okay, they're going to call a personal foul on Anna Loppencooper, offensive player control foul. Her second. A technical foul being called on Michaela Wallace. That is her third. And Angie Endlin in front of us looking at the monitor. Again, the clock is stopped with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Evansville leading Purdue Fort Wayne 49-37. And it was a retaliatory foul from Anna Loppencooper. Again, things have gotten physical here in the third quarter. I think if I counted correctly now, 14 fouls have been called in this quarter alone. And Anna was frustrated and she pushed off. And then Michaela Wallace gleefully showed her happiness, and that's how she got the technical. So it should be 2 free throws coming, I believe, for Purdue Fort Wayne. And now the officials getting together with the respective head coaches, Matt Ruffing and Niecy Nelson. So there should be 2 free throws, I believe, coming for the Mastodons. Player control foul on Purdue Fort Wayne. Now who's going to shoot them? I would think Hannah Albrecht will go to the line. She's 4 of 4 tonight. Again, an 82% free throw shooter coming into the game. 2 big free throws, and the first one is good. Here's the second one. Good. So Albrecht with 7 points in the quarter, 18 in the ball game. It'll be Mastodon ball because of the technical. Even though a player control foul had been called on Evansville, the technical gives the ball back to Purdue Fort Wayne. So they're down 49-39 with just over 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Albrecht hands the ball off to Hannah Hess. On the weave, dribbling to the left, now to Loppencooper. Loppencooper loses the basketball. Picked up by Josie Hudson. Now back to Michaela Wallace. Up the left side of the court to Hudson, now top of the key to Fight. Fight looks around, pivots, now passes to Lola Bracey. Bracey, she pushed off Loppencooper, ball knocked to the floor. Who's got it? It's Purdue Fort Wayne. Albrecht ahead to Hess, off the glass and in. Hannah Hess now with 9 points. 49-41, 3:27 left in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. Hudson, watched by Albrecht. Back up top to Fight. Now right side to Wallace. 8 on the shot clock. Wallace watched by Sellers, 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it into the corner. Hudson for 3, no! Rebound Ellie Dykstra, Purdue Fort Wayne. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mastodons down by 8, but with the basketball. Loppencooper, watched by Bracey, passes to Albrecht. Albrecht dribbles to the right. Hands it off to Hess. Thought about a 3. Attacks the lane. Left-hand shot. Good! Hess' second bucket of the quarter. The lead cut to 6, 49-43, 2:35 left in the period. Bracey on the right side. Now high post. Back up top to Wallace. Wallace dribbles to the left. Watched by Loppencooper. Nearly a steal. And the call called jump ball. And the arrow points to Evansville. You talk about emotion. That's what's come to light in this third quarter. Hannah Hess out after scoring 6 points in the quarter. Riley Ott is in. Fight inbounds the ball to Bracey. Bracey with 23 points tonight. 10 on the shot clock. Bracey wants to go to work. She'll launch a three. Off the rim, no. Rebounded Loppencooper. Here comes Purdue Fort Wayne left to right. Loppencooper over midcourt to Albrecht. Albrecht is going to attack the lane. Off the glass and in. Albrecht with 9 points in the quarter. The lead cut to 4, 49-45. And a timeout called by Evansville with 1:58 left in the period. Momentum wearing white uniforms right now as the Mastodons have really excelled at the free throw line. 9 of 10 in the quarter. Evansville is 6 of 8 just in this quarter alone. For the game, Purdue Fort Wayne 15 of 16, Evansville 10 of 12. Hannah Hess, the 5'10 redshirt junior out of Oregon, Ohio, just outside of Toledo, playing in her second game of the season after being hampered by injuries, has 11 points tonight. Josie Hudson will inbound the ball in front of the Evansville bench. Gets it into Anna Newman. Newman surveys the scene, goes back up top to fight, back to Newman. She'll launch a three. In and out, no. Dykstra fighting for the rebound. They'll call jump ball, and it goes to the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons with 1:46 left in the quarter. Ellie Dykstra now with 6 rebounds tonight. Hess checks back in. Shayla Sowers, the freshman, will check out. Jada Poland back in for Evansville. 49-45. What was a 12-point Evansville lead has been cut to 4. Albrecht, watched by Castile, gives it to Hess, launching a three. Yes! What a third quarter for Hannah Hess, and the lead is cut to 1. 49-48, 1:25 left in this third quarter. Newman, watched by Loppencooper, rubs off a Poland pick, dribbles to the left. Still with the dribble, now gives it up, throws it away! Turnover number 14 on Evansville tonight, so the Mastodons, believe it or not, a chance to take the lead with 1:13 left in this third quarter. They're down by just 1, 49-48. Loppencooper dribbles in front of the bench, hands it off to Hess. With the hot hand, Hannah kicks it into the corner for Dykstra. Dykstra back to Albrecht, back to Hess, a three from the corner. No, off the mark. Rebound deflects into the hands of Newman. Newman up the floor. Now on the right side to Bracey. 48 seconds left in the quarter. Bracey watched by Albrecht. Bracey still with the dribble. Knocked away by Albrecht, picked up by Loppencooper. Loppencooper gets it to Albrecht. Less than 30 seconds in the quarter. Hess thought about the three, gets it to Albrecht in the right corner. 15 in the shot clock, 21 in the game clock. Albrecht now, top of the key. Launching the three. Got it! Purdue Fort Wayne on top, 51-49. 8 seconds in the quarter. Newman. And they're going to draw a foul. Fouled by Loppencooper with 3.9 seconds left in the period. That is Anna's third. So the clock is stopped, and Anna Newman will go to the line for 2. 1 for 2 so far tonight at the stripe. She could tie or put the Purple Aces back on top, and the first free throw is good. It's now 51-50. She makes this one, we're dead even. And she does. All square at 51. Inbounds pass to Albrecht up the left side of the floor. Gets it to Hess. Launching the three. It's partially blocked by Poland. And the third quarter comes to an end. What a quarter. A career high for Hannah Hess tonight. She scores for Hannah Albrecht. Excuse me. Getting my info from Aaron Johnson, and if I get it all square, Hannah Albrecht in the third quarter alone had 12 points. She's got 23. Hannah Hess in the third quarter alone had 9 points. She's got 14. That may be a career high as well. But we're dead even heading into the fourth. Let's catch our breath and take a break. Mastodons 51, Purple Aces 51. From Arnie Ball Court, this is Purdue Fort Wayne Women's Basketball on YouTube.
University Fort Wayne. Seize opportunity with small classes, top faculty, and a degree that moves you forward. Experience everything and become anything with an education as unique as you are. Explore our degree programs and learn more about important application information by visiting pfw.edu/future. We are Purdue University Fort Wayne, and this is an education with purpose.
Welcome back, everybody, to Arnie Ball Court here inside the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of Purdue Fort Wayne University. Mastodons trailed at halftime 34-27, but they outscored the Purple Aces 24-17 in the third quarter, and it's a dead heat as we go to the fourth. Evansville to have the ball. Wallace. High post to Griffin, inside for Fight. Ball knocked away by Hess, picked up by Fight. Shot up, no good, but she's fouled. And she'll go to the line for two. Let's see, the foul is going to be on Ellie Dykstra. And that is her first team foul of the quarter. And at the line will be Abby Fight for two. And the first one is good. Fight, we mentioned coming into the game, averaging just under 16 points a game. And she hits the second. So the Purple Aces are up to 53-51. Fight now with 12 points. Driving is Sellers. She banks one off the glass and in. The freshman with her first points of the ball game. And we're tied at 53. Each team scoring 2 points at the outset of this fourth quarter. Wallace on the foul line, no good. Cooper with the rebound. The senior from Germany with the dribble. Kicks it back to Albrecht. Three on the way. In and out, no. Sellers outdueled by Poland for the rebound. Wallace. Double team, and a timeout called by Evansville to maintain the possession with 9:05 left in this fourth quarter. So we are tied at 53, each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Possession arrow favors the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. After 3 quarters of play, Evansville was 17 of 34 from the floor. And Purdue Fort Wayne, 15 of 39. Key element, well, both teams shooting very well from the foul line. Purdue Fort Wayne, 15 of 16, and Evansville, 12 of 14. Mastodons have hit one more three-point field goal, 6-5, though they've taken 7 more shots. So, again, these two teams went down to the wire last year in Evansville. Macedons outscored the Purple Aces in the fourth quarter last year 20-12 to win by a final score of 72-66. Fourth meeting all time between the two schools. Purdue Fort Wayne leads the series 2-1. What a way to spend Friday the 13th in the Summit City. Hannah Hess, Riley Ott, Anna Loppencooper, Hannah Albrecht, and Shayla Sellers on the floor for Purdue Fort Wayne. It'll be Evansville ball. Inbounds pass to Michaela Wallace. Poland, Griffin, fight. Griffin kicks it off to Bracey, driving on that. Spin, oh, what a nice spin move. Banks it off the glass and in. Lola Bracey in her debut for Evansville now with 25 points. And now there's a steal by Griffin, and she loses it off her hands out of bounds. Gallant effort by Anaya Griffin. Just couldn't maintain control. So a break for the Mastodons. They may get the possession back with 8:40 showing on the fourth quarter clock. Evansville up 55-53. Loppencooper trapped it in midcourt. Left side pass to Albrecht. Bounce pass back to Loppencooper. High post pass intended for Sowers. Deflected and picked off by Griffin. Lead pass to Fight. Fight driving the lane. Right hand shot. No. Sellers kicks it back to Ott. Watch out, Riley. You're 1-on-3. Kicks it back to Albrecht. 8:12 left into the right corner. Hess for three. No, too long. Ball deflected out of bounds. And who's it going to? It'll stay with Purdue Fort Wayne. Josie Hudson checks in for Evansville, replacing Lola Bracey. Has to inbound the ball. Looking, gets it back to Loppencooper. Loppencooper dribbles to her right. Back to Albrecht on the left side. 10 on the shot clock. Albrecht hands it off to Hess. Hess drives the lane, kicks it off to Sellers. Oh, they're going to call a player control foul on Hannah Hess. That is her second team foul of the quarter. So the clock stopped with 7:57 left. Evansville up 55-53. Macedon's trying to press. Hudson now gets it over midcourt to Wallace. Michaela Wallace dribbles to her left. Still with the dribble. Watched by Sellers. Now dribbles to the right. Ball knocked away by Loppencooper, picked up by Fight. 9 on the shot clock. Fight drives the right side. Shot off the glass and in. Abby Fight with the bucket. Gives Evansville a 4-point lead, 57-53. Big possession for the Dons. Pass intended for Hess, knocked out of bounds by Wallace. Ellie Dykstra checks in. Hannah Hess gets a break and she checks out. Dykstra will inbound the ball in front of her own bench. 21 seconds left on the 30-second shot clock. Dykstra watched by Poland. Looks. Bounce pass into Sellers. Sellers watched by Hudson. Hands it back to Albrecht. Albrecht will dribble to the right. She'll attack the lane. Dribbles under the basket to Dykstra. Shot up. Oh no! But Ellie's fouled and she'll go to the line for two. Let's see, the foul evidently is going to be on Anaya Griffin. That is her first team foul of the quarter on the Purple Aces, but Ellie Dykstra at the line for two. She is 2 for 2 so far tonight at the stripe, looking for point number 5. Got it. 57-54. Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Fight. Ahead to Wallace. Michaela Wallace crosses midcourt with 7:03 left in this ball game. Evansville a 3-point lead. Wallace underneath the Poland. Makes the bucket and draws the foul. That was a beautiful pass. Give credit where credit is due from Wallace to Poland. The foul is on Ellie Dykstra, and she has fouled out with 6:59 to go. Ellie will check out with 5 points. Jada Poland at the foul line for 1. Poland is 1 for 2 so far tonight at the line. Going for point number 13. Misses it. Offensive rebound, however, by Josie Hudson. And she throws it away. If it's touched by Wallace, it's an over and back. And indeed, that takes case. So an errant pass will give Purdue Fort Wayne the basketball with 6:52 to go. They trail 59-54. Big opportunity. Lappin Cooper to inbound underneath their own basket. Looking, gets it back to Albrecht. Albrecht a career high 23 so far tonight. Hands it off to Hess. Hess dribbles to the left. Hands it off to Lappin Cooper. Down to 6:42 on the clock. Bounce pass to Hess. Back to Lappin Cooper. Now to Albrecht. 15 on the shot clock. Albrecht right side. Ott in the trees. The Sellers baseline jumper. Good! 4 points for Shayla Sellers. 59-56, 6:25 to go. Wallace watched by Lappin Cooper as she crosses midcourt. Michaela Wallace with the dribble. Goes left. Now passes left to Hudson, going baseline. Charging foul on Josie Hudson. Her first, team second. So Purdue Fort Wayne gets the ball back with 6:11, trailing 59-56. For two teams playing with a combined 5 wins, this has become quite a basketball game. Lappin Cooper met by Fight at midcourt. Right side pass to Hess. Give and go to Sellers. Albrecht, baseline, cut off, gets it to Lappin Cooper, left side 3! Off the rim, hit the support. And the ball goes back over to Evansville with 5:55 remaining. Purple Aces 59, Mastodons 56. Bracy back on the floor. Wallace inbounds it to Fight. Now to Griffin. Griffin watched by Lappin Cooper. Dons try to trap, unsuccessful. Ahead to Fight, left side. Light double team, looks for help. Ball knocked away, picked up by Riley Ott. Mastodons, can they take advantage of the turnover? Trailing by 3 with 5:35 to go. Hannah Albrecht to her left, attacks the lane, shoots over Fight, misses. Rebound fought for, controlled, scrum on the floor, will be a jump ball. And the arrow points towards Purdue Fort Wayne with 5:26 remaining. .27 seconds left on the 30-second shot clock. On a Lappin Cooper inbound the ball for the Mastodons. You got our 3 officials. Angie Inland, Jamie Broderick, Brad Maxey huddling together near the foul line. Yep. Now we're ready to go. Lappin Cooper getting the ball from Brad Maxey. Looking for Albrecht. Gets it into Hannah on the right side, and she's fouled immediately by Bracy. Second foul on Lola Bracy. Third team foul in the quarter on the Purple Aces. So a fresh 30 for Purdue Fort Wayne. Trailing 59-56 with 5:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, on a Lappin Cooper to inbound. Looking, gets it to Albrecht on the right side. Now watched by Griffin. Kicks it out to Hess. Drives the lane, off the glass, too strong. Rebound Fight. Ahead to Wallace. An opportunity gone astray. Evansville still with a 3-point lead, 59-56 as we near the 5-minute mark. Time left in the fourth quarter. Poland with the elbow and the shoulder. Offensive foul. That's 3 fouls on Jada Poland. 14 fouls on Evansville in this fourth quarter. And the Mastodons get another opportunity. Trailing 59-56. Hannah Hess will inbound it to Anna Loppencooper. Abby Fight waiting for Loppencooper at midcourt. There's the trap. Bounce pass to Hess. Into the corner to she'll go baseline. Underneath, and pass intended for Sellers. Knocked away. Jump ball, and this time the arrow points towards Evansville. So they'll get the ball with 4:48 remaining. Full court pressure put on by Purdue Fort Wayne as Jazzy Hughes checks in for Hannah Hess at the scorer's table. Hughes with 3 points and 3 fouls. Hess, 14 points and 2 fouls. Inbounds pass to Fight, back to Wallace. Wallace up ahead to Griffin, up the right side. Griffin now back to Wallace, near midcourt. 4:35 remaining. Evansville 59, Purdue Fort Wayne 56. High post pass to Anaya Griffin. Now right side to Poland. Poland lob pass inside for Fight, knocked away. Picked up by Riley Ott, the freshman from LaPorte. Ott over midcourt. Right side pass to Albrecht, back to Ott. Gilbert to the left, goes back. Right side pass to Albrecht. Looking for Hughes, she's covered. Goes back to Ott, who dribbles to the left. Now backs up between the circles. 4:05 remaining. Albrecht now with the basketball. Watched by Bracy, pull up three. Got it! Hannah Albrecht's first points of the quarter brings Purdue Fort Wayne into a flat-out 59 all tie. 3:48 remaining. Oh, a push-off foul against Bracy. Lola Bracy picks up her third foul. Team foul number 5. 3:47 left on the clock. Timeout Evansville. That'll leave them with 1. Purdue Fort Wayne with 2. What a ball game. Evansville still shooting over 50% from the floor, 20 of 39 for just over 51%. They're 5 of 13 from three-point range for 38.5%, and they're 14 of 17 from the foul line for just over 82%. 25 points for Lola Bracy, 14 points for Abby Fight, and 12 points for Jada Poland leading the way. Macedon's 18 of 47 from the floor for over 38%, 7 of 24 from three-point range for 29%, 16 of 18 at the foul line for just under 89%. Hannah Albrecht, a career-high 26 points, and Hannah Hess, 14. Loppencooper over midcourt, bounce pass, they go to Ott. Dribbles around, now tries to get it. Bounce pass to Hughes, and she's fouled. The foul is on Abby Fight. That is her first. But it will send Purdue Fort Wayne to the foul line with 3:38 to go. And it will be Riley Ott, the freshman from LaPorte. First free throw is good. She now has 3 points. Mastodon's on top, 60-59. Second free throw, good. 61-59. Wallace inbounds at the Fight, who goes to Griffin. Griffin double team, looks for help, gets it to Wallace. So pass over midcourt to Bracy, back to Wallace. 3:26 to go. 61-59 Purdue Fort Wayne. Ball knocked away by Loppencooper, pass intended for Fight down in the block. It'll stay with Evansville. 14 on the shot clock, 3:22 on the fourth quarter game clock. Hannah Hess checks in. Jazzy Hughes checks out. Again, Niecy Nelson now only with 6 players to work with. Bracy lob pass, and a foul's going to be called on Sellers. Smart move for Shayla Sellers. That is her third foul. It is the 4th team foul on Purdue Fort Wayne. One more, and Evansville will get in the bonus. Bracy again to inbound underneath their own basket. This time she gets it to Poland, back to Bracy. She'll launch a 3. Off the mark, no good, out of bounds to Purdue Fort Wayne. Bracy now 9 of 15 from the floor, 3 of 6 from three-point range. 3:15 to go. Purdue Fort Wayne up 61-59 in search of win number 4 on the season. Albrecht with 26 points with the basketball. Watched by Fight. Passes to Loppencooper. Dribbles through a double screen. Drives the lane. Lays it up and in! Loppencooper with 7 points. A 4-point lead. 63-59. 2:48 to go. Bracy to Wallace over midcourt, left side to Griffin. Griffin's going to drive. She'll bank it too strong. Fight for the rebound. Poland has it. Shot no good. Fight and rebound. Fight will put it in. Third try. Abby Fight makes it 63-61. Purdue Fort Wayne by 2 with 2:28 to go. Pass deflected to my right off of Aaron Johnson. The water falls. Is the laptop okay? That's the important question. It'll be Mastodon basketball. Hannah Hess will inbound it right in front of us. Watched by Abby Fight. Looking for Loppencooper. Bounce pass into the senior. Watched by Griffin. Rubs off a Sellers pick. Driving the lane. Cut off by Poland. Passes back top of the key to Albrecht. Albrecht. Loppencooper. Left side 3. In and out. No. Centers an offensive rebound. What an effort by Shayla Sellers. And timeout called by Purdue Fort Wayne with 2:11 left to keep the possession. What an effort by Shayla Sellers, the freshman from Aurora, Ohio. To get that offensive rebound. I believe each team with 1 timeout left. And taking a look, the next Purdue Fort Wayne foul will put Evansville in the bonus. So, and the Macedons already in the bonus going the other way. Possession arrow favors Purdue Fort Wayne right now. That could come into play with 2:11 remaining. Anna Loppencooper will inbound the basketball across the way from us. I formation. Inbounds pass to Hannah Albrecht. Rubs off a Sellers pick. Watched by Bracy. Hands it off to Hess. Hess gives it off to Loppencooper. Don's on the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Albrecht, 2 minutes to go. Looks for help. Bounce pass inside to Ott. In the trees. Shot up. No good. Rebound Fight. Oh, the bounce just didn't go the Macedon's way. Here's Michaela Wallace, top of the key. 1:45 remaining. Wallace drives the lane. Knocked out of bounds by Ott. Good defensive play by Riley Ott. The ball stays with Evansville. Jesse Hughes will check in. My guess is it'll be Riley Ott that checks out. 1:44 to go. Purdue Fort Wayne leading Evansville 63-61. Lola Bracy inbounding the ball for Evansville underneath their own basket. Gets it into Poland. Poland wraps around. Didn't get the call. Wrapped her arm around Hannah Hess and made the layup. So we're tied at 63 with 90 seconds to go. Loppencooper, right wing pass to Albrecht. Albrecht picked up by Griffin. Gives it off to Hess. She'll launch a 3! Off the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Fight. Now it's Evansville's turn to possibly take the lead. Wallace over midcourt, 1:15 to go. Watched by Loppencooper. Ball knocked away, picked up by Wallace. 15 on the shot clock, 1:04 left. Poland, top of the key to Wallace, 10 on the shot clock. Oh, they're going to call a bump foul on Jazzy Hughes. That is her 4th. It is team foul number 5. So the clock is stopped with exactly 1 minute remaining. And Evansville will go to the line in the person, I believe, of Michaela Wallace. Ott in, Hughes out. Michaela Wallace has not scored yet tonight. She's only taken 1 shot from the floor. She's going to take 2 free throws here. Tied at 63, 1 minute to go. First free throw. No good, off to the right. E.C. Nelson imploring her team to rebound. Here's the second free throw. That is good. Evansville a 1-point lead, 64-63. Loppen Cooper over midcourt. Picked up by Griffin. Right side pass to Albrecht. Albrecht looks for help, brings it back. Now hands it to Loppen Cooper. 15 on the shot clock. Loppen Cooper watched by Bracey. Top of the key, Albrecht launching a three. Yes! Albrecht for three. Macedon's by 2. 66-64. Timeout Evansville, I think. 29 points for Hannah Albrecht tonight, and they're going to go look at the monitor. We will keep it here to make sure that was a three-point shot. There are 2 lines. Men's and women's are different this year. They moved the men's line back from a year ago. At the moment, it is a 2-point lead, 66-64. Subject to change if they think it was inside the women's three-point line. And it is a 3. So it is a 2-point game. 40 seconds left. And I believe Evansville called the timeout. If so, they're out. Or was that an official's timeout? That I'm not sure. Hughes in. Uh-oh. Brad Maxey's not going to allow the substitution. Okay, here we go. Wallace to inbound the ball to fight. Back to Wallace. Clock running, 35 seconds. 66-64, Purdue Fort Wayne. 30 seconds left. Bracey will drive the lane. Missed the shot. Pullman with the offensive board. Knocked out of bounds. 2. Who? Did it go off of it's going to Purdue Fort Wayne with 23 and 3/10 seconds left. And we're going back to the monitor again. I might as well leave it looking this way, just to make sure who has the possession. 23.3 seconds left. This is huge. Macedon's leading 66-64. Do they get the ball, or does Evansville retain possession? Angie Enlin and Brad Maxey looking at the monitor, trying to determine who has the vital possession. Evansville dominated the second and half of the third quarter, and then Purdue Fort Wayne came on like gangbusters. Macedon's outscored the Purple Aces 24-17 in the third to draw even at 51. But at one time Evansville had, a 12-point lead. Now Jamie Broderick is going to go look at it. Extra set of eyes. And we shall see. I'll tell you, this has been quite the Friday night. It is Purdue Fort Wayne basketball. Now the key element is to get the pass inbounds. Force the Purple Aces to foul if you're a Mastodon fan. Evansville full court pressure on a Loppen Cooper, will inbound the ball, watched by Anaya Griffin. Let's see who they break. Here we go. Loppen Cooper, bounce pass into Albrecht and fouled immediately by Bracey, I believe. Clock stop with 22.4 seconds to go. And the foul, it is on Bracy, and that is her 4th. So Hannah Albrecht, a career night scoring-wise, 29 points, and she gets 2 critical free throws. She could make this a 2-possession game. Free throw number 1, in and out, ouch, no good. That's her first miss of the night at the line after making the first 6. 1 more free throw coming. Got it! 30 points for Albrecht, a 3-point lead, and the timeout is called. Evansville did have a timeout left, and they call it with 22.4 seconds to go. So they are out of timeouts. I believe Purdue Fort Wayne has 1 left. I think. Yeah, they do have 1 timeout left. It will be Evansville ball. They get to move the ball up the floor. You do that in the final minute of regulation or an overtime period. Hannah Albrecht with 30 points. That's a career high. Hannah Hess has 14 points, 2 shy of her career high. They're leading the Mastodons scoring. Lola Bracy in her Evansville debut, again a transfer from Lamar University, with 25 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals, and 1 assist. It'll be Anaya Griffin to inbound the ball. Looking, gets it into Wallace. Shot clock off. Michaela Wallace, watched by Loppencooper. Fight, top of the key, goes left side. Griffin for 3 in the tie. No good. Out of bounds to Purdue Fort Wayne with 10.6 seconds remaining. Riley Ott hustles to the scorer's table in place of Jazzy Hughes. And now timeout called by Niecy Nelson. That's her last. Everybody out of timeouts. 10.6 seconds remaining. Purdue Fort Wayne 67, Evansville 64. By the way, the Purdue Fort Wayne men's team down in Indianapolis tonight. They will take on former Summit League foe, future Horizon League foe, IUPUI at high noon tomorrow. So we wish head coach John Kaufman and his Mastodons the best of luck. Both teams out of timeouts. And let's see, did Niecy used her option and she moved the ball up. Again, the key element right now, if there's a tie-up, the possession arrow favors Purdue Fort Wayne. Both teams in the bonus. 10.6 seconds left. Mastodons up by 3. As they try to snap a 4-game losing streak. Here we go. Loppencooper directly across the way from us. Watched by Anaya Griffin. Looking. Gets it back to Albrecht, who throws it away. Picked up by Griffin. 5 seconds to go. Wallace, Griffin, left side 3. Off the rim. Twice, no good. And the game ends before Evansville can get another shot off. And the Mastodons win. Wow. The Dons dodge a big bullet and get a big win. Final score 67-64. Purdue Fort Wayne improves to 4-8. Evansville drops to 2-6. Woo! Wow. And in the all-time series, it now favors Purdue Fort Wayne 3 wins to 1. What a ball game. What a ball game. Let's take a break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll be joined by assistant coach Marcy Alberts. Again, the final, the Purdue-Fort Wayne Mastodon 67, the Evansville Purple Aces 64. Post-game show coming up after this timeout. As from Arnie Ball Court, this is Purdue-Fort Wayne women's basketball on YouTube.
Life is busy enough. And when you add finding a doctor, it can be overwhelming. Lutheran Health Network now makes it possible to find a doctor with just one phone call to 844-LHN-DOCS. One call lets you schedule an appointment with one of more than 50 primary care providers in